Have you ever felt that pull, that quiet little voice suggesting there's a specific path just for you, maybe a purpose or a quest, even some kind of hidden treasure waiting?
Hmm.
It's a feeling almost everyone gets, I think, this really ancient human search for meaning. And today we're diving deep into a story that offers a pretty unique compass for that exact journey. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking Paulo Coelho's enduring classic, The Alchemist.
Such a great book.
It really is. We've gathered and sifted through, a lot of sources, detailed analyses, character stuff, themes. There's really unforgettable quotes
Yep.
to try and unearth the most profound nuggets of wisdom from it. Our mission really is to show how this seemingly simple story can offer some incredibly powerful insights for your own life right now. So let's start with the basics, the foundational elements of this literary phenomenon.
Okay.
The Alchemist, originally O Alquimista in Portuguese, written by Paulo Coelho, first published way back in 1988. It's pretty short, about 200 pages.
Right. Very readable.
And the genre. It's this interesting blend, isn't it? Fiction, philosophy, quest story, and magical realism.
Yeah, that blend is absolutely key. It's what makes it so captivating, I think, and so universally accessible.
How so?
Well, it's not, some dry philosophical text, but it's not pure fantasy either. When we talk about magical realism, we mean a style where these extraordinary, almost mystical things happen, but they're in a totally normal, realistic setting.
Okay.
And they're just presented as if they're, ordinary. It kind of invites you, the reader, to see the subtle magic maybe hidden in your own everyday reality. Makes the big ideas feel much more personal.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so let's get to where Santiago's quest really kicks off. He's this young shepherd boy and delusion, and he keeps having this recurring dream about finding treasure near the Egyptian pyramids. It's persistent, like it's calling to him.
Right. And this isn't just a simple dream, is it? It's like the universe's first little whisper, a kind of pre-encoded GPS for his deeper calling. And this is where that mysterious old man comes in, Melchizedek, claims to be the king of Salem.
Right.
And he's the one who introduces Santiago to this really profound concept of a personal legend.
Okay, let's unpack this. That phrase, personal legend, it's so central to everything in the book. But what does it really mean, according to the book, to have one? And why is recognizing it so fundamental for Santiago?
Well, the book presents it as your unique destiny, right?
Yeah.
Your individual calling. It's what you were sort of fundamentally meant to achieve or become.
Okay.
But the real insight, I think, is that it's not something you just find out there somewhere. It's something you recognize inside yourself, often through these deep desires or, like you said, recurring intuitions.
Ah, okay.
And for Santiago, pursuing it is everything. Because the story basically says that true fulfillment, it doesn't come from just piling up external stuff like wealth or status.
Right.
It comes from actively living out that inner purpose. It's about recognizing the trust the universe puts in you through those desires, and then having the guts, the courage to follow them, even when the path looks uncertain or asks a lot of you personally.
So as Santiago makes his way across the desert, he meets some really pivotal people. And what's fascinating is how they don't just pop up randomly. They seem to actively chip away at his ideas and really shape how he understands his personal legend.
Exactly. Precisely. Each character serves a distinct purpose in Santiago's, let's say, evolving perspective. You've got the Englishman, for instance. He represents that purely intellectual search for knowledge. He's trying to find the secrets of alchemy in books, which is a really stark contrast to Santiago's approach, which is more intuitive, more experiential.
Right, learning by doing.
Exactly. Then there's the crystal merchant. Santiago works for him for a while, and this is such a crucial teaching moment. It reveals those insidious barriers of, like, fear and regret. The merchant himself has this dream he never chased. He's kind of trapped by his comfort zone and the fear of change. Shows Santiago the real cost of just not acting. And then, of course, we meet Fatima, the desert woman Santiago falls for at the oasis.
Love enters the picture.
Right. And the book portrays love not as a distraction, something that pulls you off your path.
Which is sometimes how it feels.
Yeah, sometimes. But here, it's shown as something that profoundly supports and strengthens your purpose. There's that beautiful quote, one is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving.
That's lovely.
Her presence really tests Santiago's commitment, actually. But ultimately, it gives him this foundational courage. And then finally, the alchemist himself shows up.
The man himself.
Yeah, wise, mystical. Becomes Santiago's ultimate guide, really steering him towards true enlightenment and his destiny.
It's incredible how each encounter sort of builds on the last one. What's maybe one character's lesson that, I don't know, really struck you personally when you read it? And how do all these different people collectively shape Santiago and his view of his personal legend?
Good question. For me, I think it might be the Crystal Merchant. It's just such a relatable trap, isn't it?
Totally.
That fear of failure, or maybe even the fear of success, holding us back from going after what we really desire.
Mm.
He teaches Santiago and us, really, that sometimes the biggest barrier isn't outside us, it's internal,
Yeah.
collectively. Well, these characters give Santiago this sort of multifaceted education. The Englishman shows him the limits of just thinking, just intellect.
Right?
The Crystal Merchant shows the subtle price of inaction. Fatima reveals that love can actually fuel courage. It's not a compromise. And the Alchemist, well, he's pure wisdom, isn't he? Pushing Santiago to listen to his own heart, connect with something bigger.
So each interaction refines his understanding.
Exactly. He learns the journey as the teacher. And his personal legend isn't just some endpoint, it's this whole transformative process.
We've walked with Santiago, met his guides, but as you've hinted, these aren't just, details about his journey. They feel like universal truths. Let's really connect this to the bigger picture now and explore some of those profound themes the Alchemist lays out. Themes that echo way beyond a desert quest.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Alchemist digs into several interconnected, really resonant universal themes. The first, maybe the most central, is the personal legend itself. Just reiterating that everyone has this unique purpose. And true fulfillment really only blossoms when you have the courage to go after it. It's not just a goal, it's like an internal blueprint guiding your life.
Okay.
And building on that, the book really emphasizes dreams as guiding forces. They aren't just, little fantasies.
Beautiful thinking.
Right. They're powerful internal compasses pointing you towards your true path.
Yeah.
They're like the universe's way of communicating your personal legend to you.
I like that.
Which leads us right into the book's really profound central message. The universe conspires. That famous quote, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it.
Yeah, everyone knows that one.
But it's not passive, it's not just wishful thinking. It implies this active back and forth energy exchange. The real insight there is that the clarity of your intention doesn't just attract help. It sort of activates the soul of the world to line things up. It suggests a much more dynamic partnership than just wanting something.
Interesting take, a partnership.
Yeah. Then another major theme is fear versus faith. The story's very clear. Fear is the single biggest barrier to achieving your dreams, period. While faith is the catalyst for transformation. As the book says, there is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, the fear of failure.
Powerful.
And finally, love's true nature is explored. It reinforces that real love doesn't get in the way or distract you from your purpose. It actually supports and empowers it, acts as a deep source of strength. So if we connect all this to the bigger picture, these themes aren't just Santiago's story elements. They feel like universal truths about, human aspiration, challenges, and that whole search for meaning.
Okay, so beyond the literal story, The Alchemist is just packed with symbolism, isn't it? It adds so many deeper layers, things that stick with you long after you finish the book, like a kind of secret language woven into the story.
Precisely. Yeah, each symbol works to deepen your understanding of the journey. It turns a simple quest into this rich allegory for life itself.
Okay, like what?
Well, take the desert. It's way more than just sand and heat, right?
Right.
It symbolizes life's challenges. This vast, unforgiving spiritual testing ground where Santiago has to face his biggest fears and ultimately finds his inner strength. The alchemist himself is a symbol, too. Represents enlightenment, embodies wisdom, the ultimate inner guide on that path to self-discovery. And gold in the book, it's not really just about literal wealth.
No.
No, it signifies true value in life, spiritual fulfillment, the idea that the real treasure is often intangible, found within.
Okay.
Oasis that offers a place of peace, love, temporary rest, a needed balance on Santiago's tough journey. But it's also a reminder, right? You can't just stay there forever if your personal legend lies somewhere else.
Right. Can't get too comfortable.
Exactly. And the sheep, Santiago's sheep at the beginning.
Yeah.
They're powerful symbols of comfort zones, of people who live routine lives without daring to dream or chase their potential. They represent the ease of just following the flock. And then there's the soul of the world. This huge concept represents that profound universal connection between everything, the idea that it's all intertwined. And when you listen to your heart, you're tapping into this vast collective consciousness that guides and supports all life.
Wow. So, how do all these symbols give the story such a lasting resonance for us, the readers? What does it mean for us?
Well, they elevate the story, don't they? From just an adventure to a universal parable by making internal states and abstract ideas tangible through these symbols. The book makes philosophy feel real, memorable. They push you to look beyond the surface, to understand that challenges in the desert are needed for growth. The true wisdom, the alchemist, often pops up in unexpected places.
Yeah.
That real wealth gold isn't necessarily material stuff.
Right.
They encourage us to think about our own comfort zones, our own sheep maybe,
Mhm.
and our connection to the bigger universe. It makes you ask, where's my desert? What gold am I really seeking? And building right on those powerful symbols and themes, the alchemist offers some really actionable wisdom for your own journey.
Okay, let's hear it.
First, follow your dreams. And not just like, oh, that's a nice idea, but as a profound act of trusting your inner blueprint. The book kind of suggests that ignoring that call,
Mm-hmm.
it costs you true fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Second, it really emphasizes the need to take risks. The core idea here is that real growth happens outside the comfort zone. Nothing truly valuable comes without some discomfort or, taking a leap of faith.
Makes sense.
Another powerful takeaway is to learn from the journey. Santiago finds out the real treasure isn't just the gold at the end. It's the wisdom, the self-discovery, the transformation he gains along the way.
The process itself.
Exactly. Which connects directly to trusting the process. Understanding that every setback, every seemingly random detour, it might have a purpose. It might be leading you exactly where you need to be for your next lesson.
Hmm.
And finally, the book really highlights that spiritual truth matters. That material treasure Santiago seeks, it often serves as a symbol, the real goal, the ultimate fulfillment. It's always found within. It represents spiritual transformation, self-realization.
And right at the heart of all that wisdom is that powerful idea of inner intuition, isn't it? That quiet but constant whisper. The one the book tells us beautifully, listen to your heart. It knows all things. It's not just a nice thought. It feels like the core navigation tool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. And this, well, it raises an important question for you listening right now. Are you truly listening to your heart on your own path? Or are you maybe too focused on all the external noise, other people's expectations?
Hmm. The Alchemist resonates with so many people because it manages to be incredibly simple on the surface, yet just profoundly meaningful underneath. It's a book you can read really quickly, maybe even in one go,
Yeah, easily.
but its lessons are things you'll mull over and apply for, well, maybe a lifetime.
Yeah, its power really lies in its ability to inspire courage, belief, and this powerful sense of destiny. It feels particularly potent for anyone who finds themselves at a turning point.
Hmm.
Maybe a career shift, a personal challenge, or just diving deeper into self-discovery. It reminds you that your path is uniquely yours to create, and that the universe genuinely has your back.
So let's leave you with this thought. If the ultimate treasure Santiago was looking for was actually forged within him through his journey, what treasure in your own life might you be overlooking right now? Maybe by searching too far away. Perhaps your true fulfillment, your own personal legend lies closer than you think, just waiting for you to, well, to listen.